H heavy raindrops.
Yo,
What's good, bro?
what's the deal?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm out here in New York. It started snowing earlier today and started raining like crazy in the past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's wild. How's the weather out there?
Oh, it actually was 72 degrees yesterday. So yeah, we've been doing good. Like it's feeling
I'm
like
jealous.
Cali out here.
I'm jealous. That ain't fair, bro. Why is it? See, that's not. When I leave Chicago, New York get all the bad weather. Oh,
For sure.
that's messed up, man. How quarantine treating you so far?
I mean, I snuck out a few times, went to the studio, had to
Okay.
drop some new records, but I mean, it's all good, It is what it is. Like it's giving the world a break, you know what I'm saying? Like so,
For
we
sure.
just on pause right now, like so
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
It's a much needed break. Well, I'm glad to hear that
Yeah.
you're doing good. First things first, before we even hop into everything, I was
Mhm.
checking IG and saw that you was watching Tiger King a little bit last night, bro. What you think about it? Do you think he did it? It's the
I
question.
saw the tiger. Do I think Carol Baskin did
Did
it?
Carol Baskin do it, bro? Did she
Oh
do it?
yeah, kitty. What's that this song he dropped? He said there's nothing left but tiger trap.
Bro. Hey, bro, she for sure did it. She had to. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like she had access to go ahead and make it happen,
come
like
on, man. As soon as
who
they
knows?
said, "Oh, the van just was chilling by the airport," I was like, "Bro, come on now,
Come on now, stop it. States, I'm an actor, so we
right. You like I can see through this. Like I'm
yeah,
pretty good at this. I know what's going on here.
absolutely,
All of that. For sure.
absolutely.
So something else I saw on your IG.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that while you said you was sneaking out, you went to go see Mom's and she had the Lysol when not ready for you while you was coming in the crib. Is that the way that everybody getting ingredients nowadays? Is that what's
I
going on?
mean, yeah. My brother, she sent him away, for a few. She told him he had to spend, for a couple of days. So now, I mean, she's taking it seriously. My mother's in her 60s. She's older, so she's like, she's really concerned. Like they just made the announcement that a lot of African Americans are being diagnosed with the virus,
Correct.
in Chicago. So
Correct.
like, she just,
Yeah.
doing her best to stay safe. That's all.
Yeah. Completely understandable, man. It's like, hey, bro, don't be
Absolutely.
bringing that over here. Like, I
Yeah.
spray you down, get the cleaning wipes, bro. Take some Robitussin before you come
For
in.
real.
All of that.
She
Ain't trying to
gave me
bring
the
that.
gloves, the mask. She like, yeah, put all that on and spray yourself down with the Lysol before you even step foot in the door. So,
For
I can't
sure. For
complain.
sure. That's the best way to do it.
Super
That's a
funny
real
to me.
mom right there. That's a real
Yeah, for
mom.
sure.
I know during quarantine is giving us time, obviously, to like sit with new movies, sit with new series, kind of like what we were just laughing about with Tiger King, and specifically new music because
Yeah,
you just dropped this song called "Fan." So
indeed.
what's good with this song, man? Talk to us about it.
Okay, so Fan was actually a record that I did with my boy Daniel Breland, who actually now has the #1 country song in the world. Shout out Breland.
First of
Yeah,
all,
this
shout
actually
out to him working on this with you, and shout out to
you
that
feel,
as well. That's
you
amazing.
feel me?
That's
So yeah,
amazing.
of course. So yeah, I met with Breland in Atlanta, and this is actually my very, very first record that I did back in 2018. Staying with I went backstage at Trevor Jackson's concert, and we hit it off and just started recording music. And my birthday was just on the 13th, just turned 25.
Oh,
Pisces.
congratulations on that. Happy
Appreciate it. So yeah, I just wanted to. It was kind of like a little throwaway record. I don't want to say throwaway because all my music is fire. None of it is throwaway. But yeah, we was just dropping it, and then actually, my publicist hit me up, and my managers let me know like it's going crazy right now on Apple Music. So I appreciate the fans for that. Like they streaming, it's going crazy. So,
Okay, for sure.
yeah.
I saw that you said that you had mentioned you had a studio in the crib in another interview that you did. Does that mean that you're
Yeah,
still working on some stuff right now that may
absolutely.
drop during quarantine time?
Well, actually, I left all the studio equipment. It's all in LA, but my manager and my team, we own our own studio. Shout out Private Stock. So, whenever it's time to go write down some fire, it ain't nothing to make that happen. So,
Okay.
studio only 10 minutes away from the crib, and
For
yeah,
sure. For
just
sure.
did another. Actually, just did another record last week. It's called Special. We're gearing up to drop that after we release the video for Fan, and that's another banger. So
Okay.
I'm actually probably go live and play that again and let everybody just get a little taste of that. But yeah.
Okay. So everybody that's
Fire.
tuning in right now, make sure to watch out because he's gonna be dropping that relatively soon too. And we gotta make
Indeed.
sure that's covered and everybody listen to that when it comes up. Now, another song that you got that I definitely want to talk to you about is Simplicity. Like, where did all of this come from? Like, was that something that you was just like, I'm feeling? What inspired it? Talk to me about it.
Once again, hooked up with my boy Breland, flew him out to Chicago, and we actually did that here in my living room at the crib.
Word, okay.
Yeah, that was in my home studio, and just vibing out. The producer was from Chicago, my boy Sean Holmes. He came to the crib, we just made it happen, and it's just a dope ass song, like with a soulful vibe, and that '90s real R&B type of feeling that we missing in music right now. So like. And it ended up getting placed on The Chi, episode 7 of season 2. So which was appreciate that. That was my very first single. Got a placement on that. So like, people are really embracing me as an artist, musically as well as an actor. So I appreciate that.
It sounded like something that you could listen to while turning on 107.5 and driving down Lakeshore.
So
I was like, bro,
look at.
Hold on, Barton, Chicago kid out here singing. Boy, what is this? Okay.
Indeed. Yeah, Power 92, they had put it in the mix. They had split it a couple times, gave it some love, but it's definitely like something in the morning you just want to listen to while you're riding to work or you're away from work,
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Now, one of the lyrics in that song was just talking about how important it is that your partner is helping to create a stress-free environment. Now, is that something that in all your relationships that you are looking for, to be like, yo, I need to make sure that because how hectic my life is, it's got to be stress-free.
Absolutely. It can be very tough dating an actor, People don't understand all the auditions that we go on, all the roles that we wish we could get that, they hand it to another guy, and, all of the time that we go without working, only worked like 7 days last year, as an actor. So, what I'm saying? People don't understand like the times that we have to face without employment, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely need a partner there to always be your backbone and keep you uplifted and, keep you confident.
For sure. Now, speaking of stress-free environments, you kind of got this movie that's going to be coming out relatively soon.
Yeah.
Where it has a very happy kind of start that turns into a pretty stressful environment. Now, without getting in trouble and dropping anything too much, what can you tell us a little bit about this project you got coming out on this huge streaming service called Netflix?
Okay, so the name of the movie is called White People Money. It'll be on Netflix probably the end of the summer. And it's basically the director, Mark Harris, Chicago's own. Shout out Mark Harris.
Shout out to Mark.
It's his his own intake of like lottery ticket. I don't know if anybody ever saw Lottery Ticket.
If they did,
but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's basically about a black couple win $1 billion, and then they're trying to keep it a secret from their friends and family and enemies and et cetera, and all of this, all of this stuff just gets to happen. So,
I just want to ask now, not as the character in which you portray, but if you were the person that won that $1 billion, what is the first thought going through your head to be like, so to make sure I'm good, I need to do this first?
I'll hop on a plane. I have to hop on a plane and just go away. You know what I'm saying? I just have to go away, like as far as possible, and just sit on the beach and just think about what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people get money and they just get to spend it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you need to really just sit and meditate and think about what's important. You know what I'm saying? And before you just get the balling out and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and buy the whole block, buy the neighborhood. With $1 billion, we can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Buy back the block, but let me get my first type of thing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Weed is legal in Chicago now, so it's gonna be pounds out to the crib. So
the whole nine. No. I feel it. Okay, for sure. Now, is there anything funny or any comedic scenes that we should be looking out for in this movie too? Because I know that you doing a little sketch comedy that I've seen on IG and on YouTube. So is that going to be a new side to Barton we're going to be seeing coming soon?
Absolutely. I always wanted to make it in comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends and family, they find it fascinating for me to portray such a menacing character on screen because I'm the biggest goofball you ever met in your life. You know what I'm saying? So, but definitely I always wanted to make it in comedy. One of my favorite scenes from the movie is with one of my homegirls who's awesome, bro. I don't know if y'all remember the show Flavor of Love back in the day, but she was the character So Hood. It's a scene with So Hood and I in the movie that is hilarious, hilarious. So but you're gonna laugh all through the movie. You know what I'm saying? Drew Sidora, another Chicago's on. She co-starred in it with me. So y'all gonna laugh throughout the whole movie. So that's what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
looking forward to that then. So what was your, I guess you could say, most favorite funny movie growing up that you just like love to watch? Because you said you love, like you would always want to do something in
Yeah.
kind of comedy, so to speak.
I fell in love with Martin Lawrence at an early age. You know what I'm saying? Like Blue Streak, National Security,
Oh, classic.
Rush Hour, Chris Tucker. Like, you know, like, yeah, just all the classics, all the movies that they don't make anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pretty much. But definitely like Chris Tucker and Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Grew up
Okay.
watching them. And yeah, I ain't really got no favorite, you know,
Uh-huh.
but
All
definitely
good.
the Rush Hour franchise, like that
Yeah.
stuff definitely up there for sure.
So you got a dope lineup. So ain't no need to worry about any of that so far. But
Absolutely.
of kind of those same people that we just talked about, are there any three in particular? Like if somebody said, "Hey, we cast you on this project, you could pick any of these three comedic actors to be in it with you." Who the
I
first three?
want to work with Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to go head to head with Sam. You know what I'm saying? That would really be a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
Because
Okay.
he's somebody who's just naturally funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, and can also be as dark as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would
Yeah.
definitely say Sam Jackson. I would
Yeah.
love to work with him.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Sam Jackson for sure. Got that on
Yeah.
there. Now, before we hop into anything about the Shy or whatnot, I do want to
Mm-hmm.
ask you because I've also seen some clips. You got a nice little left hand on the basketball court.
Oh,
So,
I'm nice. Yeah,
yeah.
elite. Some people would call it.
Oh,
You know.
elite. Okay, excuse me. He got an elite left hand, ladies and gentlemen. How was All-Star Weekend while you was there at home?
I mean, you know, I didn't play in the celebrity game, but you know, we still building, you know, up the resume. We'll be there soon.
Okay.
But it was cool. You know, I know all the homies. You know, most of the people who played in the celebrity game, I didn't play with them. They know how I get out. You know,
Right.
people from the city who remember. You always gonna have the haters from high school. You know,
Of course.
like everybody's gonna have their Coach Mayleys. You know, who didn't let you play. You know, they got to watch you on TV now. But I still get out on the court. You know, I'm pretty nice. You know, if I was at it every day, you know, you probably would compare me to Kyrie Irving or Brandon Jennings, but that's another life.
Okay, Brandon Jennings. I see you. All right. I was about to say
You
when
feel me?
I saw the shooting for him, I was like, all right, Michael Red, what you doing over here?
Come
Okay.
on now, like that's what it is. Like, you know, everybody from Chicago can hoop though. You know, that's
Right.
just really what it is. Like everybody got to play basketball.
Pretty much. I mean, you got to. It's kind of a rite of passage at this point in time.
Absolutely.
Oh man. So there is a quick question I do want to ask, right? With this quarantine
Yeah.
going on and Chicago having so many different sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
Say for example, quarantine ends in like 2 months or so, and we come back on a day when every single sports team is playing a game in Chicago. You can only make 2 games that day. Would you go to a Bulls game, a White Sox game, a Blackhawks game, a Bears game, Sky game? I don't really say the Cubs because I'm not a Cubs fan like that, Southside all day. But if you're a Cubs guy, it is what it is. What 2 teams would you go see?
Well, I'm a basketball fan, so I would have to go check out the Bulls. You
Okay.
know, but being realistic, definitely the Blackhawks because they win.
Okay. Just checking. All right. I had to see where you was at with
It'll
the
be the
spectrum.
Blackhawks and the Bears though. No cap. Yeah, it'll be the Bears and the Blackhawks for sure.
Okay.
That's what it'll be.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. Most definitely. Is there any food that you're looking forward to eating once quarantine is over with? Like I want some Harold's right now. New York ain't got no.
I need to go to I-57, you know, on 97th and Austin. Go ahead, give me some tips, you know, a little tip combo, you
There
know,
we go.
with extra mild sauce at I-57, 97th and Austin. That's where I'm gonna be
I-57.
at.
I need to check and see if I can still get like a little bit of. Somebody got to have a home of the hoagie over there for me somewhere. Like I
Home of
need.
the hug. Oh yeah. That's all around. You know, of course, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now, something else that I saw that you was kind of commenting on recently. What did you think about the end of Power? Because I know that you was watching that too, and you was doing what was going on.
You mean like the final episode?
You could just talk about how it all wrapped up. What were your thoughts on it, and then we're gonna dive some more into your specific story about acting.
Well, you know, my big cousin's on the show, Lorenz Tate.
For sure.
I definitely think that he had one of the better episodes out of the final ones. He and Tommy, I would say. But overall, like I think it could have been, you know, a bit more better, you know. But it was fire. Don't get me wrong, it was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing taken away from it. But I think I was expecting a bit more, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was satisfied with it. I would say that.
Okay, I'll be one of the people to say I did not think that Tariq did it. I thought that Tasha did it. So when that happened, I was like, I lost a couple dollars, but it is what it is.
I kind of felt Tariq did it though, for sure. Through the whole
Yeah.
flick, I was like, yeah, it had to have been Tariq. You know what I'm saying?
kind of wilding a little bit towards Pop. So
Yeah,
it is what it
you
is.
know, he never liked him. Like it would make sense for him to kill him.
Yeah.
Know?
But speaking of Lorenz and how you kind of got that familiar relationship with him, I know that him and your father kind of grew up together. Was that the case?
Yeah. They were best friends. Absolutely, on the west side of Chicago.
Right. And that's how you kind of got into, I know that you did a monologue contest that kind of helped you to get into acting. Could you just tell some of us out there, or some of the people that don't know, a bit more background in your story and how you picked that monologue, like how you heard about the contest? And this is a fascinating story, by the way.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Like I said, going back to my basketball background, Coach Maley, he sat me out a full game as a senior, so I quit the team. He sat me out I was a senior. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if he ever sits me out a full game, I would never dream of making it to the NBA again. Like, obviously, that's not happening. Yeah. So I just so happened to be taking acting. I was taking drama at the time, and the August Wilson monologue competition was introduced. I did the monologue competition just to get an easy A as an assignment, but it also was an actual competition. So the preliminary round, I got a full scholarship for acting to UIC, University of Illinois at Chicago. So I was in that BFA for a year and a half. I ended up getting kicked out of college actually. That's another day. But and then I got an agent within like 3 months, and I made my television debut on Chicago Med that following year. And every year I've consistently been able to book television gigs, and been in the business pretty much. And the shot came to town, and Reg, I auditioned for Reg, booked it. I was only supposed to be in the first episode, but they fell in love with the character and just. Fell in love with the character and just.
I was gonna say, I heard
it kept me around.
Yeah, talk to us some more about that. Was it just like you did so well on that one day that they saw you, or was it kind of like they brought you back one more time?
It was like Reg was literally only written in the pilot episode. Maybe he would have come back once or twice later on through the season, but no, like it was literally that one day, that one scene that I did where they was like, I think we see something special in this guy. Let's figure out a way to implement him in the rest of the season. And then they was like, oh, we can make him Jake's older brother, and that's how that ended up happening. So the fans, they embraced me, quickly, and then it just, kind of somewhat became a household name.
I mean, most definitely, because every time we see you on something, it's like, oh, they go Reg, okay, cool. And then you see your Empire, you like, that's not the same guy. Like, who is this guy? Like, he that versatile? Okay, for sure. So what does it mean to you to work on something that has such an importance of the city of Chicago, and kind of like shining light on the city in certain aspects as well, just kind of bringing people in, like being from Chicago as well, obviously, right? So like, what importance does that hold to you?
I mean, it meant everything to me to just be a part of it. Like I said, back when Reg was only written in the first episode, I was happy to just be a part of it, but at the same time, I was just like, I want to be, a part of it, if you know what I mean. So once my character started getting bumped, and I saw like how big my character was to the show, it was just like a surreal experience. It still is to this day, because like I said, like Reg is a character that I grew up with. You know what I mean? Like I witnessed, and I've been around my whole life. So when you hear in the media, when people talk about Chicago, all you hear about is that specific character.
Right.
So it meant everything to portray that character and to really bring authenticity in life from personal experience. So literally.
Yeah. No, that's amazing, man. I'm sure you've had many people come up to you and kind of express that and see
Absolutely.
You so far, right?
Absolutely. Like I can go anywhere in the hood and be good. You hear me? Just from like just keeping it real. Like people don't want to see these characters portrayed in a false manner. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to see your cousin on screen, your uncle, your brother. You know what I'm saying? You want to feel that, and it's too recognizable when it's a bad actor, or it's like this motherfucker is clearly not from Chicago. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's all love. Like so, they truly appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Because it was amazing to be able to hear people actually say pop on TV and refer to the drink instead of hearing soda. And I'm like, bro, nobody calls it that. Like,
come on now, it's
we
pop.
We don't do that at all.
It's pop. Like,
So is there anybody in particular that you've worked with on the side that you've been able to kind of sit around and just kind of learn in terms of acting?
If anyone remembers the actor Quentin, who was like my rival season one, the actor Stephen Williams, he really embraced me as like his son in a way. You know, he calls and checks up on me all the time. You know, Jason Mitchell, you know, I became his little brother. He took me under his wing, you know, put me up on a lot of game, you know, and yeah, like pretty much it was just a big family. Like the cast was just so strong. Like Jacob Lattimore, like everybody, like them all my brothers still to this day. Like I can call them and, you know, at any point in time of the day. Like it is what it is. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So pretty much everybody who I shared the screen with and was even able to just have a conversation with on a personal level, you know, it was just all love. You know?
Okay.
It was just all love. You know?
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And I know that due to some of the shakeups that you guys had going into this upcoming season 3, you got Luke James coming into the show, Lala's coming into the show, Lil Rel's coming into the show. Like, what does that mean to you to see now that the Chi has been able to grow to be as big as it is? You're having more marquee talent come in to help add to the dynamic of what you guys got going on.
I think
be careful.
I think it'd be something to watch.
Yep, there we go. Okay,
it'd be something to watch. Lil Rel is you know, that's Chicago's own. Lil Rel, that's big bro. Like he's from the crib. You know, I'm happy to see more people who's from Chicago be a part of the show. But you know, for the rest of the people, like it's definitely gonna up the ratings. Like, you know, it's gonna get a lot of people tuned in to see. But me personally, I'm not like, I'm not too like,
I know,
too excited. You know, just to be honest, like, you know, because I believe in the craft of acting. You know, I'm a thespian before anything. You know, I truly believe in the craft of acting. So I want to see people who can act. No shade thrown, but like,
most definitely.
But it's gonna be something to watch, though. You know.
Yeah.
But this is my city, though. This is Chicago. This is my city. I want to see. I want to see some Chicago shit. And if people are not attached to, I feel can bring that feeling, you know, for this specific show, that's what it is. But you know,
no, understandable. But that also goes back to just the writing overall and how crafted that is to be able to bring that out of specific people. And I'm sure that those people that are brought in, if they can't do that, they wouldn't be brought in that sense. So everything should be able to work out.
Absolutely.
There we go. For sure. Don't worry. I got it. We all good.
Yeah. 100.
So what was that experience like when Simplicity came out onto the show? Because I remember around the same time is also when the Empire episode dropped that you were on, so you kind of had everything happening at once.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, just a phenomenal experience. Like I sent in a ton of records, and you know, I was just hoping that one got selected, and it happened. So shout out Barry Cole, who's the music supervisor for the Chi, and put that record on. And then Empire, I'd actually just booked that just on the acting tip, and then found out later on that it would be music implemented in the character as well. So you know, that was another, you know, experience. Like, so everything just falls into place. You know, I wanted to do music. I wanted to act. This is all falling into place at the same time. So just amazing.
Okay.
I'm blessed.
Okay. Are there any directors or writers out there whom, like kind of you said before, Samuel Jackson, somebody that you'd love to work with, right? And I know that from doing the audio story, you kind of work with Lorenz in a sense, even though we would love to be able to get that on screen
screen.
Right. That's what we really need. Now, is there any director or writer out there at some point in time that you would love to be able to work with?
I would love to work with definitely a Spielberg, Steven Soderbergh. I would love to work with Spike Lee, to be honest. You know, I've always been a Spike Lee fan. I would love for you know, one of these I would love for just someone to just watch some of my work and just be inspired to just write something on my behalf, just write a character for me specifically. And anyone who could do that, I would love to work with. It's not even really too many people specific.
Okay.
You know? Any artist who truly has talent and, you know, is willing to tell a story, you know, and have me a part of that portrayal, I would just, you know, it would just be a blessing.
Okay. Understandable. And speaking of how talented you are, going from the acting to the music and then also sports. It's got me thinking, because you are a writer of music as well, have you been using this time to be able to maybe write you any shorts or anything that you eventually want to produce and put to the world?
Yeah, actually, me and my boy Chris D. Lofton, he's actually tuned in.
Shout
Shout
out to
out Chris.
Chris. That's my dude. I know
Me
Chris.
and Chris, we got some ideas. My boy Cat Ely, you know, we just brainstorming. You know, I just trying to figure out when we can just get a team together, because like everybody is afraid to come outside, but you know the pen is getting put down to the paper, of course, 100%. So we got something, you know, because we don't want to keep auditioning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just go ahead and write something for ourselves. Like that's what it's about. So yeah, we definitely got something in the works.
Go ahead and do it the Ice Cube way and break the mold and make it happen like
absolutely, that. Absolutely. Shout out Q.
For sure. Is there and also speaking of your versatility, are there any other business ventures that you got going on that you kind of want to shine light to as well?
Any business ventures?
Yeah.
Property.
Okay.
Property.
Okay. Okay. We really on a buy back the block
game. Own property. That's all we about. You know what I'm saying? Like, jewelry is also always a good investment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get some property. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get some property.
Definitely. Now let me scroll through right here, because I know some people submitted a couple questions. Let's see what we got going on. First off, shout out to Chris, because he up in here. Turn it up right now. I see you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, Chris, for sure. You got a couple girls in here asking, bro, how single are you right now? You'll kill me if I don't ask you this question. So let's just go ahead and ask, bro, so that way.
That's not the interview that we're having right now.
Dead it then. There you go, ladies. There's your answer. So we're going to keep it moving at that point in time, bro.
But you know, everything I do, you know, the music will always be for the women.
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
Definitely will.
Talk about it. There's that art talking about for sure.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Somebody asked, from season 1, how did you feel when you had to fight Trice with
my God. When I got my ass beat by Trice, that was a fun day, actually. That was pretty fun, actually. You know, it was a fun experience. You know, we have you always have the stunt coordinator to make sure he don't actually really hit me. So we just miming everything, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be weird sometimes, because it's like it's acting, but you still kind of feel some type of way, like, you just beat my ass, though. You know what I'm saying? But it just, you know, we just be having fun. That's my boy Tosa. Shout out Tosa, who played the character Trice.
Boom, boom, boom. So I know that before you also did a little bit of theater acting too. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I did a few plays. You know, I would tell a lot of people to start off on the stage, because it's one thing to be on television. You have take 1, take 2. That can be very easy. But when you're on the stage for an hour and 30 minutes of full live performance, that's a whole different ballgame. You know, in front of a large audience. So yeah, I would definitely say that takes acting to a much different level than being on TV. You know,
yeah,
and it's something that I will always miss. And they just don't pay like TV, so you know, that's all. You know, the theater companies make a lot of money, but the actors don't. You know, so yeah. That's so. But yeah, definitely get on the stage though. I would still tell everybody to get on the stage for sure.
For sure. And then for any of the aspiring actors that we got out there, or anybody that's trying to work their way in, would you have
act like Barton? No, I'm just playing. No, definitely understand that those who are aware of themselves will always understand the path. You know what I'm saying? Develop a true passion for whatever you want to do, you know, and then just develop a work ethic, and eventually it will pay off, you know. It only took me 2.5 years to, you know, have people asking for pictures. So it's just put the work in. But as far as acting, you know, me and my homie could just be sitting up here just acting like but like I just said, me and my homie could just be sitting up here acting like we're two different characters, just reenacting the scene. How could you not call us actors? You are an actor. But if we're talking about television and movies and all of that, get you an agent. Get an agent and you'll start auditioning. It's really that simple. How do you get an agent? Go on Google, type in top talent agencies, top local talent agencies in your city. A list of that talent agencies will pop up, and go to their submission requirements. Submit your headshot and resume. All it takes is for you to have a money-making face. Once the agent looks at you and say, hey, I can make money off this guy, they're going to say, you know, and that can be literally anybody. So it ain't really no secret to this acting shit, to be honest. You know, my situation was different. I booked a day player role and ended up becoming a series record. You know, it doesn't always happen like that, but I still would have been grinding, doing the same thing, auditioning for local projects that came to town, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's all it is. Get you an agent. You know.
Yeah.
And I always, get on the stage, find people who are doing short films and independent projects, and get with them, and just grind out.
And speaking of that grind and experience and kind of staying true to it, I do want to know, what exactly was the monologue that you chose for the August Wilson monologue contest?
It was Troy from the play Fences that Denzel actually ended up doing. They actually brought that to screen, to the silver screen, and they actually but it was a monologue. The character Troy Maxon portrayed by Denzel in that movie. So
that's awesome.
A 57-year-old man. That's why I was like, people was like wowed up, like, wow, you really giving us that feel. And it was just professional actors walking up to me telling me like, bro, you got it. Like, that was another thing that just had my confidence just shot through the roof, like another thing. So
So now I gotta ask, is there any way that we can ever get that on film one day? Because now I'm interested and I want to see this. Like, I'm
gonna post it.
You gonna post it?
I'll post it.
Oh, for sure.
I'll post it.
There we
That's
go.
what we'll do. I'll start the August Wilson monologue competition via Instagram. That's what I'll do. I'll be the founder of that. Everybody remember that from this interview. And I'm gonna start it by posting my monologue. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'm gonna post a few of them actually. Yeah, I'll post a few of them.
Oh, so we got a couple in the chamber that you're gonna go.
Oh, absolutely. We got a ton of them. Yeah, absolutely. But that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'll do.
For sure. Okay. So we don't want to take up too much of your time, because we really appreciate it. And I thank you
too,
man. Is there anything else aside from I know we gotta keep looking out for Fan, because we might have a video for that dropping soon.
Yes. And we hoping to drop that within the next 3 weeks. Within the next 3 weeks, we're hoping to drop the music video for Fan.
Awesome.
White People Money will be on Netflix the end of the summer for sure, and then a ton of other singles following up. So
awesome. Okay.
That's
would there happen to be? I know that your strategy right now is you want to release some more singles before you eventually put out a project. Would that mean that in terms of singles or project, we may get maybe a couple more in 2020, or is it going to be?
Oh, absolutely. No, you should be getting an album in 2020.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, if all goes well, absolutely. Lord willing. Lord willing, you should. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Definitely. We'll be looking out for that then. All right, man. We got Fan. We got White People Money. Bart, thank you so much for coming on today, man. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man. Anytime. You already know.
No problem, man.
Stay blessed and healthy, man. Absolutely. You too, bro.
All right. Peace.
I want it.